Independent personal pronouns, uses. So how do we use these independent personal pronouns? Well, I mentioned before that they're used as subjects. And they can be used as subjects in nominal sentences, in other words, sentences that have no verbs, or they can be used in verbal sentences that have verbs. So let's look at these two cases. In the case of nominal sentences, it makes sense that you would use them because if you don't have a verb, you don't have an embedded subject anywhere, and so you need a subject. And unless you use a noun, then a pronoun needs to fulfill the function of the subject. So if we have a sentence like this, Ani Adonai, I am is implied, I am the Lord, then Ani here is fulfilling the role of the subject, and if you didn't have it, you couldn't have a nominal sentence. If you just said Adonai, then it's like, well, what? You have no verb, you have no pronoun, you have no proper noun, or not additional proper noun in addition to this to hold the subject. Another example would be Sadiq ata. So Sadiq means righteous. Ata, we just learned, was you, masculine singular. So this would be you are righteous. You are righteous. Or righteous, you are. But in English, you're righteous is probably a better translation. So here we see that the pronoun can precede the noun, or it can follow the noun. Either way. Another example of a pronoun in a nominal sentence with no verb is this one. Vehu kohen le'el elyon. Okay. We could translate this and or now. We would need a context to know how to translate the and, the conjunction there, but let's just say now. Now, he was or is, again, we need a greater context to set this. Is this past? Is this future? Is it present? A nominal sentence has no verb, so you have to supply it. Now, he was, let's say, a priest, Kohen is priest, of El Elyon, God Most High. So here we have an example of a pronoun taking the role, functioning as a subject in a sentence. Now what about, so these are all nominal sentences, there's no verb. When you have a verb in a verbal sentence, like this one, then you have the subject embedded already in the verb. So let's parse this verb. Yarad means to descend. So yaradti, how do you parse this? Well, we know it's kal, if nothing else, simply because that's all we've taken so far. And we know it's perfect, because we know our paradigm. So kal, perfect. And yaradti, this ending is what? It's 1 CS, right? Right down in the bottom left corner, right down here, if you have your chart. Kal perfect 1 CS. So I descended. So this by itself means I descended. So why say I descended? You don't need this, technically. Well, this is used for emphasis. So this could be translated, I myself descended, for instance. The pronoun here is added to the verb for emphasis. So pronouns are used, or independent personal pronouns are used as subjects. They can be used in nominal sentences where they're needed to carry the role of the subject. And if they're used in verbal sentences, they're used for emphasis.